How we doing, folks? Welcome. It is awesome to see you. I am Sean in Alaska. Glad to have you guys here with me. The way I like to start this thing out is I like to say hello to everybody in the chat. If you have a question or a comment, please do me a favor. And it looks like I didn't answer it. Leave it again in all capital letters. If I have already answered it by the time I get to it, I'll just skip over it. But I want to make sure I get everybody's questions answered or anybody's comments shouted out. I greatly appreciate the support I get here. And I had an interesting weekend. Before we get started, hopefully the audio and the video is going good. Nobody said anything on the side chat about nothing coming through, so that's a good sign. I got the wood stove fired up. It is 71.8 degrees here in the cabin. Let me get the banner going up here to start with. Sunrise was at 8:02 a.m. Sunset is at 6:31 p.m. for a total of 10 hours and 29 minutes of daylight. We're getting some serious light now, folks. We've gained 39 minutes of daylight in the last week. The low temperature in Funny River today was 34 below zero. Insane. This should not be happening. Our high is going to be 11 above. And right now, I am looking at, according to the Googles, 12 degrees. So we've actually, 34 and 12 is what? 46-degree difference from the morning till now. We have a crazy weather pattern going on up here. That it has like, okay, you're looking at my picture right now, and we're going to say that this is Alaska. So the bottom left-hand corner is like where the islands all go out. And then right here where I'm pointing is the Gulf of Alaska. And we have like this low, these lows just keep coming up and sitting in there. And we got like highs up here on the top of Alaska. And it's taken all of that cold Arctic air and flowing it down to us. And until it changes, we're going to be cold. And it's just ridiculous. We should not have temperatures this cold this late in the season. It happens. It's been one of the in Fairbanks. They're sitting at like the 11th coldest winter they've ever had in recorded history. So it's stupid. I mean, it's nuts. It drives me insane. Today's drink of choice was Alpine spiced apple cider. I realized the other day when I was in the pantry that I had a box of that still, and I'm, oh man, I haven't had that in forever. So I jumped on that today. Let's scroll on back. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Before I get there, I wanted to talk about this. So this was the thumbnail for this week's live. I had to cook breakfast on the wood stove. I've not had a good couple of weeks with luck lately. It drives me insane because part of it's my fault, and part of it is just, if it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong for Sean. And it lately has been doing that, and I have no idea why. So Saturday morning, I get up and I get home from work on Friday, and it's been cold, but I haven't really had any trouble starting the truck. Like, I get home from work on Friday, and then I say, you know what, I'm not going to stop off and get everything I need now. I'll just get it all on Saturday. And we all know what happens when Sean says that. So Saturday morning, I get up and I'm starting to make breakfast, and I go, man, why are my flames so low on the stove? And I'm like, oh shoot, my propane bottle's empty. Usually not a big deal. Usually I have all kinds of propane bottles loaded up, but for whatever reason, I had one in the back seat of my truck I didn't fill up. And then I had my last one that was full sitting in the cabin running the heater, and it was 26 or 28 below zero. So I had to take all the food that was already cooking on the stove, including the water for my coffee, and move it to the top of the wood stove, which makes it nice. I get a lot of comments all the time. Do you ever cook on that? Well, now I can say I do, because I actually did cook on that. But I mean, it goes from bad to worse. So I get done eating breakfast, I get everything cleaned up, and I go, okay, I'm going to get these propane bottles. I'm going to take them into town. I go to start my truck. My truck won't start. Same problem again. So I ended up running around. Luckily, Todd said, I let Todd know, and he goes, hey, I'm going to town. You want to go with me? And I go, sure. So he comes over, picks me up. I grab my propane bottles. By this point, I'm just so frustrated with the truck. It's driving me insane because I've never had these issues. So I Googled a couple of things on batteries for a truck. And in the extreme north, like where I live, or even further north in Fairbanks, your car battery is only going to last you probably 3 years, 4 at the most. And when I checked the date on that battery, it was actually 2019. So that's 7 years. So I said, forget it, and bought a brand new battery. And obviously, I'm online. Everything's good. Stove's working again, all that. So I did, in fact, get the situation fixed. This morning I went to start the truck. It was 30 below zero, or almost 30 below zero here at the cabin. And the truck started right up with no problem whatsoever. It frustrates me to no end when I do stupid stuff and I don't plan. I know better than this. I've done this for multiple years now. I mean, I've been off grid now for 5 years, and I still make idiot mistakes. Yeah, frustrating. Anyway, let's jump on back to the top of the chat here. We'll say hello to the folks that jumped in. This is it, MJH. Michael, welcome, my friend. It is awesome to see you today. $7 had to stay home from work today because she's got a head cold, but positive is she gets to watch the live stream. She actually left a comment on, I think it was last week's live video, asking if I was going to be live today. And I said, I don't know, because I there's a million things I would love to be doing. But then I thought, you know what? It's Sunday. I'm not doing those things today. This weekend, I got nothing done anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and go live. So at first I said, I don't know. Then I went back and left the comment saying I wasn't going to be live. So she kind of talked me into it, you guys. Urban Carlson, welcome. It is awesome to have you from north of Sweden. Brenda Jones, glad you can make it today. Great to have you here. Wisconsin FIB, welcome. How are you doing this fine, fine day? And you did get the second note, which was super awesome. David the Instigator, what's happening, my friend? Hi, Sean and Molly. Everybody else, happy Sunday from sunny Florida. Very cool, my friend. Very nice. Carol L., how are you doing? It is awesome to see you today. Everybody saying hi to everybody else. Blueberry Bog, welcome. It is great to have you here today. Jillian Templeton, awesome, awesome to see you. It's been a bit. It's great to see your name in here. Yeah, that was bacon. I was cooking bacon and hash or O'Brien potatoes, which are the like square chopped up little potatoes with peppers and onions in it. I absolutely love O'Brien potatoes, and bacon and a couple of eggs on top of the wood stove. So, yeah. And then boiling up the water for it. Steve, welcome, my friend. It is great to see you today. Carolyn Carlin, how are you doing? Great to see you. From East Texas, Barbara Williamson, welcome. Great to have you here today. Chicken and dumplings tonight. I'm having ribeye steak and the aforementioned potatoes that I was talking about for dinner tonight. Yeah, it was just absolutely crazy. Like I said, if it weren't for bad luck, sometimes I'd have no luck whatsoever. I haven't done anything on the greenhouse build, so I haven't done any more bows. I was going to do 2 more of those this weekend, but I was going to pick the wood up on Saturday. I'm going to run some more electrical upstairs, and then I'm going to run electrical for a ceiling fan and a light over here. So I'm going to get all that tied in on one line. But again, I didn't get that done this weekend because I found myself working on a truck. This morning, like I said, it was insane, 34 below zero. And normally when you get to town, it's not that cold. I go to town every Sunday and do my laundry. But by the time I got to town this morning, it was still 29 below zero in town in Soldotna. It was crazy. But now, like I said, we're at 12 degrees. I mean, it's just nuts. It makes this in March, we should start melting. We should start breaking up. But I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. So we'll see. We shall see. Dave is asking, do I have a battery warmer and block heater for my truck? I have a block heater, but I don't know that the block heater actually works. The battery has a blanket, but again, the issue was the battery. It was 100% the battery. And what I did was I replaced a sealed lead acid battery with an AGM. I went out and spent the extra money and bought an AGM because when I used the Googles, when I did the search yesterday, before Todd picked me up, I had decided I was going to buy a battery. And when I did the search on that, I just searched for, best battery in extreme northern climates. And the suggestion was an AGM battery is what you really want because they've got the cold cranking power and then they revive quickly. So they recharge up fast in your system. And it made all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. No, I want my steak tonight. I didn't have steak on Friday. I didn't have steak on Saturday. I got home from work on Friday, and normally that's when I'm going to do my steak. And I did, for whatever reason, I picked up a loaf of rye bread and made a tuna melt because I love tuna melts too. Yeah, right. The block heater. And I don't know for sure that it works, but we're almost at the end of this anyway. I will tell you that if you saw this week's video, and it. Probably my worst performing video of my worst performing video of my last 10 videos, which is crazy because I thought I had a lot of neat information in there. You never know, right? I never know what's going to hit or miss. If I did, I would be extremely wealthy and the entire cabin would be complete and I'd be building the next cabin already. Um, but I have so much power being generated. The sun is just epic right now. I would pull this up and tell you how many amps I'm pulling in, but my system's already topped off, so I'm not drawing that much power at all because the charge controllers throttle everything down. But yeah, so I could run a block heater, but I'm going to see if that one's working. If it's not, I'm more than likely going to have that replaced this summer. There's a bunch of different stuff to the vehicle I want to do this summer. That truck's got almost 170,000 miles on it. It's crazy. Renee, welcome. Awesome to see you today. Glad you could make it. Oh, she's getting big. Yeah, she's where's she at now? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. She's laying down right next to me here on the floor. She's a good girl. Being a good girl. Let's pull the camera up here and I'll show you Molly. Say hello, Molly. She's a good girl. Hi. She's getting huge. And then I'll show you, see the barrel there is what we did last week. I brewed that India Pale Ale, that IPA, last week on the live with you guys and had some fun doing it. And today I transferred it from the first jug that it was in to the second jug, to that jug that it's in right now, to get it off of the spent yeast so that it doesn't pick up, because the yeast will break down and kind of autolyze and impart off flavors into it, and it smells incredible. It smells absolutely delicious. Oh, okay. Chatting back and forth. True. Welcome. Glad you could make it today. Hey there, Sean and Molly. It's been the upper 60s here in Atlanta, Georgia. Great video this week. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. I liked it. I thought there was, basically, this is my absolute first winter with batteries. So last year I installed the first two batteries, and then I got the second two batteries in October and enlarged the system. But I didn't know what it was going to be like going through the winter. And before that, I had just been running generators and stuff like that. So I did run the generator still. Like I said, I was burning maybe 2 gallons of fuel a week in the generator just to keep everything comfortably topped off. But I was conservative with the power usage that I had too. And then basically 4 or 5 weeks ago, I started getting so much sun that every day I would come home, my batteries would be at a higher state of charge than they were the day before. So I haven't run the generator in like 5 weeks. So it was super cool. Super cool. I'm doing great now. now that I got everything organized, now that I got all the oopses out of the way, I'm doing fantastic now. Joey says in March, we're still meant to have hot weather. Today is March 1st, 8C. Well, that's chilly for you guys this time of year. I'm not looking forward to winter. That's cold for you guys. Always rye bread with caraway. I like a good rye. I love a good rye bread. I'm a huge fan. Stan Anderson, welcome, my friend. It is awesome to see you. Glad you can make it today. Blueberry Box says I got a chuck roast and a 100-plus-year-old Griswold cast iron oval roaster on the cast iron Sportsman grill, hanging out outside tonight. It was 77 in Southeast Georgia. I love a good chuck roast, but this drives me insane. All right, we'll go off on a tangent about food prices are ridiculous, and I work in a grocery store, and I'm going to tell you that my grocery store is the most ridiculous of all grocery stores for food prices. So we were bragging this week that we had a digital. So, all these stores have digital deals, and, you get a club card for the store and you get all these discounts. Our digital deal on chuck roast this week was $8 a pound, $7.97. So I just, my head automatically goes $8 because then I start doing math. I personally, by myself, would never buy a chuck roast that weighs less than 4 pounds. I'm probably going to buy a 5-pounder. So that meant that my chuck roast, and shoot, if I've got a family, I'm going to look for a 6 or 7-pounder, right? So if I've got me, a wife, a couple of kids in the house, 4 people going to be eating dinner, which I don't. But if I did, I'm going to get a 7-pound chuck roast, or I'm going to try and find one that's 6 or 7 pounds, and that's what, $56 for a roast. I mean, for a 4-pounder, it was $32. For a 5-pounder, it's $40. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. And I love chuck roast. Doyle Lindsay, welcome. Hi from Murray, Kentucky. Getting a load of white oak lumber, about 800 board feet for the 500 buck. Oh, nice. That is cheap, man. That is a sweet deal. That is a sweet deal. Urban Carlson, are you going to have a door on the wood side of the shed? I'm going to have a sliding barn door. You know, one of those ones on a rail that you can slide it open and slide it closed. That's the plan. The only reason somebody else asked in this week's video too about doors on the shed. The only reason the doors didn't get put on the shed, the main reason the doors didn't get put on the shed is because it got too close to the end of winter, and this front door that I have right there is going to be pulled off and put on the shed, and then I'm going to get a new door for the front of the cabin. And it was too close to winter. I didn't, we were already starting to freeze up, and I didn't want to have to pull this door off and get all that done. And it doesn't hurt anything. There's nothing stored out there right now. Eventually, the shop side, the closest side to the cabin, is going to be where I'm going to put a brand new stand-up freezer. But everything else will be for storage. But now I've got some other plans for the shed too, and we'll get on that. You'll find that out in the upcoming weeks. Spencer's Cove, welcome. Glad to have you today. A big fan of Alaska, dropping in from Newfoundland. Right on, very cool. A Newfie, I love it. The Celtic Heart of North America, Newfoundland. And I know that because I watch it all the time. Every year when they do their big Celtic Music Festival, I stream it over YouTube. I love watching. Love watching. Mark Cottrell, welcome, brother. It's awesome to see you today. Hope you're doing well down there in sunny California. Sandollar, greatly appreciate that. If you guys do hit the thumbs up, it suggests in a video like this that, when somebody's surfing YouTube and looking for something to watch, and I got enough thumbs up, then they say, hey, have you ever seen this idiot? Go watch this knucklehead. Jay and Jen, woot woot. What's happening, guys? How are you doing today? If you guys don't watch Jay and Jen, you need to watch Jay and Jen. Not only are they a hoot together, but they do all kinds of stuff. And I was just watching the video today where Jen locked Jay in his bunker. And I feel for you, man. You're talking about the cold temperatures and the winds that you guys were getting in the snow. And it was, unless you've lived in it, I don't think people really understand how cold can get. Awesome seeing you guys. Henry Leslie, Vermont, welcome, my friend. It is great to see you today. And if you guys wonder why I keep looking over here, it's because I've got the little screen, right? I've got the little screen, but I've got the big screen too. So, you get older, one of the first things to go is your memory. And I forget or one of the second things to go is your memory. I forget what the first one was. No, your eyes, and in my case, my hair. Sarge Fry, welcome. Awesome to see you today. Jillian says, we had 3 weeks before Christmas of hot weather. Since then, it's been high teens, so Australia stole summer again. Those Aussies. I'll tell you what. You can't trust them. Woot woot to Sean, the new Solar King. Not me, man, but I'm having fun. I'm loving your system, though. If you guys haven't seen the Jay's solar system, if you want to learn about solar, you watch Jay and Jen. All right, I'm going to show you a basic system with what I have. But Jay and Jen have gotten such a great system built, especially since he built the bunker. It's pretty darn impressive, man. It's like I watch that and I go, oh, that would be so nice. Right at this point now, I still have 2 solar panels that are not in service yet. And, I'm just all excited about getting those last 2 solar panels up. By the time I get them up, I'm not going to need them, but I'll need them for next winter, because then I'm going to take these other 2 that are here and I'm going to move them over to the field that's all cleared. But I want to build a rack that's high enough off the ground so I can catch the little bit of winter sun that we have, and see if I can't go even further without having to fire the generator up. Oh, you buy local beef. Nice. Yummy yum. That's always the best stuff. I had to pull the label off the trash to see how much it costs per pound. $8.29. Oh, yeah. See, I mean, that's for chuck roast. That's criminal. And it's not the ranchers that are getting that money. I'm going to tell you that right now. The ranchers are not getting that money. They are not. Tammy Stanley, welcome. Awesome to have you here. What part of California are you from? Because that's where I hail from. I was born and raised in San Francisco, in the San Francisco Bay Area. And then I grew up my later high school years in Tuolumne County, in a town called Tuolumne. So yeah, I'm from basically California and straight across. If you take a level and put it on the state, just go zoop, right across. That's where I'm from. I'm from there, and I'm from there. Vicky Lynn, welcome. It is awesome to see you today. I hope you're doing well. Miss Molly's doing good too. She's being goofy dog right now. She's laying on her back doing this thing. What are you doing? She's a character. She's a serious character. So I set up the live. It was like 2 o'clock this afternoon, my time. And oh, there you are. Hi, glad you can make it. Everybody wants to say hi to you. Give me kisses. Thank you. And I'm sitting in my chair over there by the wood stove, and I'm just surfing through my phone. And she hits me, sits down, and barks at me. And she does this like 3 or 4 times. And I'm all, okay, do you want to go outside? And she's all like this right now. I probably shouldn't have used that word. I should spell around her. So we go out in the yard, and we're throwing the stick, and I've got my cell phone on my side, and I have an alarm set for 15 minutes before I go live on Sunday. And so I just told her, I go, hey, we're only out here for as long as, till the alarm goes off. And luckily I tired her out. She got tired of bringing the stick back. So we came back in, and I had enough time to get everything else going. But yeah, she's a hoot, that pup. Where are we at here? Cold Vermont, 11 degrees and dropping to -10 by morning. Ooh, yeah, we'll be cold again tomorrow too. We'll be cold again tomorrow. Oh, very cool. From Hayward, I know it well. I worked off a Clowder when I was probably 21 or 22 years old. There was a tortilla chip plant off of West Winton down in, where all the factories and everything were. And I worked as a production foreman down there for a tortilla chip plant. Yeah, I know Hayward very well. Oh no! Ouch! Ouch! Right? Yeah, getting old is not for the weak. What are you doing? What are you doing? Trying to be a camera hog is what you're doing. You're stealing the show. Look at you. I can't believe how big she's getting now. It's just crazy. I was just thinking today of, like the first videos that she was in, and she was like freaking this big. That was it. Whining and crying all the time. Cute puppies. Cute puppies. I don't know what the population of the nearest town is to me, because we're not in a town. We're just like a community out here, and there might be 300 people total in 15 miles, 16 miles worth of, 25 miles worth of area. So there might be 300 this time of year that live here year round. During the summer, that number goes up quite a bit because people have places they go to in the summer down here. Soldotna, let me look that up real quick. Population, Soldotna, Alaska. See, they're not even that big either. The population of Soldotna is 4,500 people, roughly, somewhere in there, which is, again, a small town, but it's on the main highway that goes basically from Anchorage to Homer. So we get a lot of through traffic there. Yeah, that was a neat experience working down there. It was a different time too, right? Obviously, it was the 80s, which was a ton of fun. Texas Butterfly, how are you doing? It's great to see you. Summer's back in East Texas. Molly is cute. She's a sweetie. She is a sweetie. Barbara says, I got to go. Just stop for a quickie. Have fun. Stay safe. Thank you very much, Barbara. Always great to see you. I hope you have yourself a wonderful week. I appreciate whenever you folks hang out with me, but don't feel obligated to have to stay for an entire hour. If you got things to do, I completely understand it. If you don't, hang out. We'll have some fun. If you have any questions about this, if you're relatively new to my channel and lives and stuff like that, if you have any questions about anything that I'm doing or how I deal with anything that I have to deal with, by all means, ask. I don't care. I'm more than happy to answer the questions for you. Let me do this real quick. There we go. There's a lot of apartments over there now. It's very different. There's even a 7-Eleven. That's all the big factories and plants moved out of the actual Bay Area because the real estate's too expensive. It's worth much more for housing and, like you said, apartments and stuff like that than it is for anything. And it's evident. All you have to do is cross the Altamont Pass and see, or even shoot across the first pass that gets you down into Tracy, or not Tracy, but I'm drawing a complete blank. Pleasanton. And those were all houses before, and you saw a bunch of businesses move in, and now they're all moving in on the other side of the Altamont. So yeah, if you're not familiar with California, nothing I said right there will make any sense to you. Definitely no problem at all. John, welcome, brother. It's great to see you today. John from South Central Wisconsin. It is 34 degrees Fahrenheit there right now. Um, yeah, in the cabin, I don't think I'll be putting any more wood on the fire for a bit because now we're at 74.3 degrees here in the old cabin. Ryan, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Welcome from Fresno, California. We talked last time. So Ryan lives closer to where I moved here from than Tammy does. So I actually moved here from Sonora, California. I moved up here in the middle of summer. That was an epic adventure in itself. It was 100 degrees Fahrenheit, just over 100 degrees when I left there. And when I got up to Alaska, it was like 82. And people up here were dying. It was so freaking hot. And I'm like, oh my God, this place is heaven. Jerry, Canadian, welcome, my friend. It is awesome to see you here today. Hope you had yourself a wonderful week. What else do I have for you? So yeah, I had issues with the truck again. Hopefully those are fixed now. So I mean, 2 weeks in a row because the weekend before, so a week ago yesterday, I had to do a brake job on the truck, and it was either me do the brake job or pay an ungodly amount of money to have somebody else do it. And Todd's got the shop, so I just did the brake job in his shop, and then the issue again this weekend with the truck, and I just basically guessed and said to myself, you know what? That's got to be a battery thing. It really has to be a battery thing. So I went ahead and got the new battery for it and got that fixed. Now I'm knocking on wood that next weekend won't be all completely screwed up with vehicle issues again. I really need to buy a car, just so I have something to drive back and forth to town, and then I can just use the truck when I'm going to go get materials. It would be much easier to have a second vehicle. It would be much easier. What else? Going on vacation the week of St. Patrick's Day. So that is, well, March 17th is St. Patrick's Day. So I'll be on vacation effective, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here so I can work around the place and just relax and enjoy the cabin. But now it's going to be cold. Hopefully it won't be too brutal. Friday the 13th, 2 months in a row, by the way, because we had one in February. Friday the 13th was before Valentine's Day last month. And then we have Friday the 13th. So I have 2 weeks. Friday the 13th, I'll get off of work and I won't be back to work again until Monday the 23rd, which is super awesome. Mark, I listen when I go on your afternoon walk. You walk 5 miles a day. Very cool, man. That's a lot. That's I probably do that while I'm at work, but it's not the same as going for an actual physical get out in the area walk. And it takes a lot more. Henry, thank you, man. Have yourself a great day. Always listen to your wife. Always listen to your wife, or you'll end up like a lonely man in a cabin somewhere in Alaska. Ward, yo, what's up, brother? Great to see you today. Will was over today and he was asking about you. And he said, man, have you heard from Ward? And I go, I saw him on Friday. But yeah, he was wondering what you were up to. Let's see, what else? Plans for this summer. I don't know. I think we talked about this last week. I need to get stuff cleaned up and fixed up around the cabin. So I don't know if I'm going to be building any big things this year or not. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of little things. And I know I'm going to get out of here and go fishing on every opportunity that I possibly can, especially once I get that freezer installed. So I want to finish the wiring. I want to get the shop wired up so that I have power going there. And then I'll be able to plug the chop saw in right there. I'll just run all that stuff back here to the breakers in the house. I got to install the Starlink dish up on the top. I have to install the solar panels up there. So it's going to be a lot of little projects here this summer, I think, just so I can get out and about. Had a nap. As far as, like I said, big projects on the horizon, I think so. This year, I'm not going to do anything huge as it stands right now, unless I win the Alaska Lotto. And I'll know tomorrow if I did or not. It's worth $3 million. That'll change a lot of things in my life very quickly. I want to put the bedroom on, but I'm not doing that this year. I'll probably end up doing that next year. So this year, cleaning everything up, getting everything organized, getting it to where it needs to be so that the year after I could do some bigger projects. I still want to build a full size walk in chicken coop, clean up the chicken run, move it back towards the clearing a little bit more, so it's not right up by the cabin. Um, do more work in the garden. I'll have the greenhouse that will be ready to be thrown up as soon as the ground thaws out. I've got onions already started. The red onions are doing fantastic. The white onions are doing okay. I didn't get as much of a seed germination on the white onions as I did on the yellow or on the reds, which is fine because I like red onions better anyway. Um, Playing with the pup, going fishing, going camping, getting out and about in Alaska, all the fun stuff. Julian's going to start winter. um, yeah, the garden has me excited for this year. The greenhouse has me really excited for this year. I'm planning on building a little, so I know where the bedroom's going to go now, so I can line that out. So from where the corner of the bedroom is going to be and where the corner of the shop is now, I'm going to have a little area right there that I think I'm going to make into a little, like a little park kind of setting. Maybe even put a campfire in there because I got the campfire set up over by where the uh, motorhome is, the MMC. But I'm never going to use it all the way over there. So I think I'll set it up over here next to the cabin. It'd be kind of nice to have it right next to the house because then I can put some lights in. So even in the fall, when we start to get dark, I'll have some lights out there, which would be nice. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of detail work around here, a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fiddle farting around for Sean this summer. I'm waiting to do the interior. I want to get all the interior done, and then I want to invite Jay and Jen up to go fishing, and then I'm going to have Jay do all my trim work. That's the plan, Jen. That's a never-ending battle. That's the other thing I want to get done this year. Is I'm not where I want to be as far as the cabin being winterized. Trust me, it's much more comfortable than the trailer ever was. But like this morning, I have the Chinese diesel heater that I did the review on, and I have that in here, and I have that running on low while the buddy heater's running. And the nice thing about the two is that they kind of cancel each other out for moisture because the diesel heater doesn't put any moisture out. But anyway, I open the door and I grab my diesel can and I go to top it off the heater. And when I close the door, I could feel all around the door where I didn't seal it properly. So yeah, there's still a lot of winterization I need to do. Ryan says he's hoping to move to Alaska soon, sometime this year. Looking at Willow or Wasilla, get away from Fresno heat. Willow's gorgeous, man. Wasilla, you'll have work. There's work. Wasilla's a big city, so you'll have plenty of opportunity to go to work if you want to there, and shopping and all that stuff is right there. But Willow's gorgeous. I absolutely love Willow. $7 J. I'm going to see my daughter's family St. Patrick's Day for 2 weeks. They're staying in their fifth wheel in Madison, Florida. That's near Tallahassee. Very nice. Very nice. St. Patrick's one of my favorite holidays. One of my favorites. Welcome from Trondheim, Norway. Welcome from Funny River, Alaska. Awesome to see you again. You're at work, and the time there is 1:34 a.m. Jay's on here. Right? Jay and trim work. Jay, I'll get to that trim someday. I'll get to that trim someday. I'll get to these walls someday. I actually have the plan in place now for what I'm doing with the walls. So I already know. And I might end up doing part of it this summer. Like I said, just because I'm not going to be building big stuff. Um, it would be a lot easier to do some of this work on the inside of the cabin in the summer than it is in the winter, even though I thought winter would be for inside work, because I don't have to worry about opening the plastic to do electrical and stuff like that when it's cold out. So yeah, I think you're going to see some inside projects down here today or this summer as well. Huh. Kisses. Thank you. It's a good puppy. What do you guys got planned for this summer? Anything exciting? I'd love to hear what your plans are. Vacations on the horizon, going anywhere, just hanging out with family. What do you got going on? What? God, you're so needy. You're so needy. The dreaded trim work. That's it. Jay unsubscribed. He's gone. He's out of here. He's all, I'm not listening to that guy. How's that, Ward? A great way to do tongue and groove? Just have Sean do it? I like tongue and groove. I like working with wood. I really enjoy it. It's a ton of fun. We've talked about this before, but one of my favorite shows when I became a young adult and I was first married, one of my favorite shows to watch was the New Yankee Workshop. I absolutely love that show, and I found that every single episode is on YouTube now. So in the evenings, I've been watching an episode or two of the New Yankee Workshop on the weekends, and it really makes me want to find a table saw. And wants me. There's a ton of tools I wish I had now, and who knows? We might be building another shop. Are you going to make furniture for the screen porch you're finished? Nice, nice. Sorry about the stove. What stove? That stove's freaking awesome right now. God, it's way too warm in here though. It's up to 76 degrees. I might have to open a window here soon. But yeah, so watching Norm Abrams building stuff just has always amazed me. I love watching talented people. I enjoy really watching somebody who knows what they're doing. Probably because I don't. Oh, you finished that, David? The one you finished last summer? She just wants all the attention and all the affection this puppy does. Oh, work until August, vacation into August and September. Very cool. My youngest daughter, Ashley, and my granddaughter will be back up here in August. Hey, that's enough. Go sit down. Oh, Jay's stove. Yeah. Um, I saw a couple of ideas on there. The one that I saw that was the first thing that popped in my head, if you're still here, Jay, is the one comment you got about just going to a machine shop or metal shop and having a thick gauge piece of metal bent to fit that, or even multiple pieces if you have to do it that way. Um, and just a high temperature steel would probably replace that cast iron I have in there. The baffle on my wood stove is broken as well, and it's cast iron but I can still buy parts for that stove, and you can't get parts for yours. Eric Schwepke, welcome or Schwepker, welcome my friend. It's awesome to see you. Glad you can make it today. Ah, this stuff is delicious. What else I got going on here? I was trying to figure a way. I thought YouTube had a way where at the end of this video it would send you to another video. But apparently it will only send you to another live, which is kind of a bummer because I wanted to send everybody over to Jay's most recent one where he got locked into the bunker. Blueberry Bog. I'm still working on my enclosed trailer, putting in a small living area in the nose, a place to hang my hat for the ride to Alaska in June. Plus, I'll live out of it while building your cabin. Exactly. Be ready for, I don't know if you think you're going to get June, man. If you're coming up here in June, I don't know if you're going to get that cabin built that fast. I guess if you have the site work done already before you come up, you probably could. But it always seems to take a lot longer than you think to do it. Yeah, it's insane. And when we hit building season, it's so funny. Right now, I can walk into the orange store and I can get any cut of lumber whatsoever, as much as I want. There's just a ton of it. But in starting May, you'll walk in one day and it's full, and the next day you'll walk in, it's all gone. Yeah, right. Great ideas on that. I'm on the Kenai Peninsula. So I'm outside of a town called Soldotna, Alaska. Soldotna. Not far from the city of Kenai, Kenai. Looking forward to getting back to your wood stoves in 2 weeks. my brother's on vacation in Mexico, and he said, "Hey, dude, if you get some time off, he's not on vacation. He rented a condo down there for 4 months because he said I'm not dealing with the mountains, the California snow this winter, because he still lives in the mountains of California." And he said, if you get time off, come on down. And my whole thing is that I can't really do the 80-degree weather anymore. It just drives me insane. I'm miserable. Hey, get down. So I agree with you, David. I'd rather spend my time at my home. Jen, there we go. Jillian says, bubble wrap on the windows, making some beanies, double up the drapes for warmth, stacking 12 cubic meters of firewood. Hailstorm this afternoon. Ugh. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Having to deal with that stuff is nuts. We get them during the summer. We get some thunderstorms the last few years during the summer, and we'll get some hail too. But generally, we just get rain. And you can still do stuff in the rain, but when you're trying to dig or build or do anything construction related and it's hailing, it's nasty. I could probably turn the banner off right now too. Let's do that. Turn the banner off. What? I turned it off so you can come up here and people can see you. But if you don't want to, it's up to you. Oh. Raptor Ranch, welcome. Hello, I'm new here in northern Wisconsin. Awesome to have you. Glad you can make it. Is that a pike? Looks like a pike in your hands right there. Very awesome. That's good eating right there. I love a good pike fry. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Here's a question for you. So I'm from California, originally born and raised, and now I'm up here in Alaska. And Alaska is famous for, say, sourdough, probably, and salmon. Where you're from, what is your cuisine? What are you famous for? So I would imagine like New Orleans would be, filet gumbo and maybe beignets. California was, kind of like, I guess, international. But when I think of California cuisine, I think of like avocados and fresh salsas, that kind of stuff. So where you're from, what's the cuisine that your area is famous for? I'm always interested in that stuff because I had a viewer, and he's still a viewer, and still a friend, that was sending me up all this different stuff because he's from down south. Well, he sent me some grits, and I'd never had grits before in my life because on the West Coast we just eat potatoes. We don't, we just do hash browns. We don't do stuff like grits. And they were delicious. I mean, absolutely delicious. And then he sent me a jar of Duke's mayonnaise. And on the West Coast, Hellman's mayonnaise, if you're on the East Coast, is called Best Foods. East of the Mississippi, it's called Hellman's. West of the Mississippi, it's called Best Foods. But he sent me this Duke's mayo and said, it's the greatest mayonnaise you'll ever have in your life. And to me, I couldn't tell the difference between that and Hellman's. It was good. I loved it because I'll only buy Hellman's or Best Foods. But what's the area that what's the foods from your region that you're kind of famous for? I'd love to hear that. Blurry Bog, I'll be ordering stone and rent a machine as soon as I get there. Raw land, it was logged 30 years ago. Well, that means it's probably full of trees again. Trees grow fast up here. It's crazy. Liv says, yes, they got to take out the wood stove and put in a... Nice, very nice. Says, Ryan, Jen just showed me the link to watch their video. You led us to. Thank you. We'll check it out this evening. Very cool. See that? People coming together. I love it. David says, what kind of make a ceiling fan are you thinking of? You just installed the Home Depot one for $8. I'm going to get I'll go to the orange store and get one there. So I had a viewer. I had one on my wish list, on my Amazon wish list. And it was a 12-volt one that I found. And a viewer bought it for me and sent it to me. The only problem is that if you've seen a ton of my videos, and if you, like I said, you saw this thumbnail, right, for today's video, it's dark. And it's dark because I don't have any lights. So I want to buy a nice one. I'm just going to do a 110 one now. And I just want to buy a nice one that has lights that are bright. So I'll hit the orange store for it. And it's going to go kind of right. See where the ladder's at right there? It's going to go like straight above the line of the loft there, because that will move air over the bed area, and it will also move air over the open area down below here. Student of the tree, welcome. Glad to have you here today. Michigan steelhead and morel, I'm guessing, morel mushrooms. That's what we have in Alaska too. We have a lot of morels up here, but we're not real famous for it, but we do have a lot. Eric says in southeast Missouri, I'm known for barbecue, but my area has many different types of food. Barbecue, I've heard that about Missouri as well. John, yeah, exactly. Wisconsin, I automatically think of cheese curds before I think of anything else, but Wisconsin cheese and Friday night fish fries. The nicest a-hole you'll ever meet. What's happening, my friend? Awesome to see you. Peace, peace, y'all, from way off their grid just south of Alaska in BC. Very awesome to see you again. Crazy amount of cherries growing in Michigan. I love cherries. My favorite fruit of all time. My favorite pie of all time is a cherry pie. I love cherries. Absolutely love them. Wild Mountain Rose, welcome. Glad to have you here today. My area is known for Rocky Mountain oysters and grass-fed beef before it was popular, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Take those things the next day after you harvest them and cook them up in scrambled eggs. Oh, God, they're so good. They are so good. People coming together, helping each other. I'll let you know when I get the roofing materials for the 12-12. Yeah, let me know, because I'd love to come watch, because that's all I'm doing. I'm not climbing on a roof that's got more than a 5-12 pitch ever again in my life, as far as I'm concerned. Texas is missed that. Hang on. Texas is known for Mexican food and barbecue. That's what I was going to say. And great restaurants. So Texas has some of the finest restaurants I've ever eaten at. Some of the finest steakhouses I've ever been to are in Texas. But yeah, Tex-Mex and barbecue. David, I'll send you the link to the one we got. It has an LED. That's what I want. LED with remotes. Exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, David, please send me that link. I'd greatly appreciate it. Morel and whitetail deer. Yep. John, I don't have I don't know if Home Depot even has a wish list. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I just do everything on Amazon because they'll ship, other than batteries, they'll ship everything to me here. Which, if it's a battery related thing that they won't ship to me, I'm usually going to buy that myself anyway, and I'll just ship it to my daughter, and then she'll put it in a box, and they'll say, "Are there batteries in here?" And she'll say, "Well, no, of course not." But no, I don't even know that Home Depot has a wish list. All right, so Sean wanted to see if you could read the message for Jay and Jen for their fireplace. They got it, Ryan. I don't know if you saw it or not, but they did see the message. Jen has the link, and they're going to watch the video tonight. Oregon, mushrooms, hazelnuts, and Marionberry pie. Second favorite pie right there. And if you don't know what a Marionberry is, think blackberry, but think big. Think like this would be a blackberry, and a Marionberry is like super tall and absolutely delicious. But I make a mean Marionberry pie. I definitely do. I was thinking about putting LED strip lights in, but I want to kind of stay a little bit traditional, even though most of what I'm doing is not. It's got to fit with the decor of what I have planned for the walls, and LED strip lighting won't work as far as I'm concerned with that. Oh, supper clubs on Saturday. Nice, very nice. Todd, welcome, brother. It's awesome to see you. Todd from across the meadow once again comes through and saves my butt this weekend. I was telling everybody how you ran me around town and helped me get everything I needed to get so I can come back and fix my truck. Everybody needs a neighbor Todd. I'm going to tell you that right now. Everybody needs a neighbor Todd. So I'm thinking I'm going to do some more sheetrock at the cabin. I know I'm going to do that wall up there sheetrock, but I know what I'm going to do on the lower half of all the walls down here. And that's going to be wood. But I'm kind of going, okay, am I going to do tongue and groove the rest of the way up to the ceiling? Or am I going to do sheetrock the rest of the way up to the ceiling, and then I can paint it the same kind of white that I have in the kitchen so that I get a lot more light reflection in the winter? Because winters are very dark in Alaska. And even when the sun comes up, it's still very dark in Alaska. Like right now, I have my kitchen lights on, and I have the lights on in the pantry, but I don't have to have those lights on right now because we've hit the point now where Even like when I go to bed at night, the sun is still setting. I still have enough light in the cabin to where I don't really need to worry about lights. And with the grow light system that I have set up for the onions, those come on but just before I wake up. So I really don't need the lights to climb down the ladder anymore. But in the winter, for 4 months out of the year, it's pretty dark in here. John, yep. Brandy old fashioned and Bloody Marys. Yep, I knew that about the old fashions. That's what I was looking at those. The LEDs that look like Edison bulbs are pretty. They're pretty cool. They're pretty nice looking, and I've seen a couple of them with like what's the like I want to say like the factory look or like the industrial, like an industrial case around them that look really really cool. LED are harmful. Skylight is best. Natural sunlight. I agree, but too late for that. And there's no natural sunlight in October, November, December, January, and the first half, if almost most of February. So natural light's completely out of there. New Zealand is known for grass-fed lamb and pavlova with kiwi fruit topping. I am a lamb fan. I grew up on lamb. Dad's Irish. Mom used to make it all the time. Mom loved lamb. I love lamb chops. Absolutely love lamb chops. In the States, Julian, I don't think you probably don't do this down there, but in the States they put mint jelly on it, on the top of the lamb. I don't. They do that because lamb can be gamey, and so it kind of takes away the gamey flavor. But I love the flavor of lamb. Oh, you missed it. My first favorite pie is cherry. I absolutely love cherry pie. Yep. A good cherry pie, it's hard to beat. It's real hard to beat. Cherry anything is really hard to beat. This has flown by, man. We only have like 5, 6 minutes left. Very cool. This has been a fun life for me. I'm having a blast. John says, I was thinking to whitewash the kitchen, like the kitchen or drywall on the ceiling and wood on the walls. I could do that. And I've kind of thought about that too, of doing that. I kind of would like this front wall to be wood, all natural, because it'll go really awesome with, let me turn this a little bit so you can kind of get a view of what I'm talking about here. It would go really, really nice with the stone to have wood up there and wood all the way to the top. I think that would really look cool. Right? See, there's one. David knows mint jelly on lamb. And I used to tell my mom all the time, we're gonna have lamb tonight, and she goes, "Get mint jelly." And I'd say, "Mom, mint jelly's for people who don't like lamb," but I get it for her. Russell, Raspberry Rock off grid. What's happening, my friend? Awesome to see you. I hope you sort that mess out that you got going on, man. That is absolutely got to be frustrating beyond belief for you. But it's cool you get to spend time with your mom. I just watched Russell's video the other day. Russell is stuck on grid. To remove gamey taste, there's a gland in the rear leg of the deer, elk, moose. It must be removed. The best tasting game. But when you're talking about lamb is just it's naturally going to have a gamier taste than beef or pork. It's got the flavor of the meat itself, but then it's got like a little back taste that you'll pick up. And I enjoy it. Like I said, I've never had a problem with it at all. But a lot of folks get turned off by it. I remember one time I cooked for a wedding for a friend of mine in Fairbanks, and he wanted me to cook, and because I used to cook it was me and Jason. There were three of us. We were single guys, and I used to do most of the cooking. And one of the Jasons got married. He goes, "Dude, could you cook for me? Could you make lamb for me?" And I go, "Sure," because he knew I knew how to fix it. So I did a marinade I did like a lamb curry, did a marinade for the lamb, and then seared it all off on a grill at his wedding. And he said it was so funny because he gets up there and he goes, "Hey, everybody like the food tonight?" Because Sean did that for a wedding present for us. And everybody said, "Oh my God, it was delicious. Whatever that meat was phenomenal." And he goes, "Yeah, you guys all just had lamb." But I love it. Like I said, I absolutely love it. Now that you had your stairs for a while, how do you feel about them? Did you make the right design choice? Yeah, because the only time I'm up there, Russell, and that's a great comment because I don't really talk about those that much. The only time I'm really upstairs is when I go to bed at night. I'm happy with how they work because they get me up and down. They're comfortable to climb up and down. Um, they're 2x6s on the side, so my hands grab them relatively easily, so I don't lose my grip going up and down. But I need to get the bedroom built downstairs so I don't have to go up and downstairs anymore. I can do it. I have no problem doing it now, but I can see that in 5 years it's going to be a lot more uncomfortable than it is today, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall, I think that was an awesome call. The only thing I think that would have been cooler would have been if I could have built a rail all the way along so that I could slide it like a library ladder back and forth. That would have been pretty neat to just be able to slide it out of the way. Beto, welcome, my friend. It is awesome to see you today. That must be cooked right. Yes, exactly. So a lot of you don't really cook lamb medium rare. You want to cook lamb more to the medium side and drier because it's got some different flavors in there that if you don't cook it enough, the flavors will really turn you off. But yeah, you're 100% right. Everybody saying hi to Beto. That's awesome. We're just about done, folks. Got about a minute and a half left. If there's anything else I can do for you or tell you right now, please speak now or forever hold your peace until probably next Sunday. Like I said, dinner for me tonight will be steak and potatoes with probably a nice stout, and I'll probably turn a movie on. It's so nice not having to worry about power. It is so nice not having to worry about it. My electrical worries are a thing of the past. Nanny Goat, did I say hello? I think I said hello earlier. If not, hello. How are you? And good night. That's going to wrap it up for this week, folks. As always, thank you guys constantly for the support, for the encouragement, for the great comments, for the the great suggestions. I do read every single comment that I get. Sometimes I just give you a thumbs up if it was just a courtesy comment, and I always try to answer any questions they have on the videos in the comment section as well. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you have a fantastic March. If you have not seen it yet, this is the year you should watch John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara in the movie The Quiet Man. It's a St. Patrick's Day staple in my household every year, no matter what. And if you do so, enjoy your corned beef and cabbage. But we'll see you next Sunday. Thanks as always. Have a fantastic week. I'm Sean in Alaska, and I'm going to hit the door here and get dinner started. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.